Right, so we're going to crack on because at 9 o'clock we're going to have the 2-minute silence. So would you welcome, please, the press officer from London Lesbian and Gay Switchboard, Fiona Harvey.
Hello, I'm here tonight as a volunteer from London Lesbian and Gay Switchboard. Many of you will know who we are. For 35 years we've been answering the phones to lesbian, gay, transgender and bisexual people. Our phone lines are staffed entirely by LGBT volunteers, and we answer the phones to 30,000 callers a year. In the 10 years that I've been a volunteer, the need for us to support people who have been subjected to homophobic abuse has never once diminished. I could give you examples. I could talk about the man the other night who phoned from Leeds, who'd had a brick put through his window when he got home from work. I could talk about the man in Birmingham who was set upon by homophobic people as he left a local pub. I could talk about the woman in South London who's afraid to leave her house because of the homophobic abuse she gets from her neighbours. We're there to provide support for people. Our number is at the back there, and our number is 0207 837 7324 if you want support. We're also, as I said, staffed entirely by volunteers on the phones. So if you can come and volunteer for us, even just for an hour or a few hours a week, that will keep our organisation going. We have other jobs for people to do that aren't phone work too. And if you can't volunteer for us, think about giving us donations. We rely heavily on the generosity of other LGBT people. London Lesbian and Gay Switchboard was born 35 years ago out of the need for this community to stand up for itself in the face of oppression. We still need to stand together in the face of homophobia. If we stand together as a community, then we can prevent more of our brothers and sisters from falling prey to these vicious and cowardly homophobic attacks. Thank you.
Okay, let me very quickly explain to you what's going to happen. First of all, we're going to have some music, and again I would ask for silence so we can actually hear the London Gay Symphonic Wind playing Danny Boy, and then there will be at 9 o'clock a 2-minute silence followed by a reading of names. Now, it is impossible to read out everyone's name today. We're going to read the names of some of those lesbian, gay, bisexual and trans people who have died violently in the last 10 years. Most of these people were from London, though we also remember some of the most recent victims from outside London, and I hope you understand as the names are mentioned, it is impossible to name everybody, but we also remember, of course, all those living with the physical and emotional scars of violence that they have experienced, and you'll see her just after 9 o'clock to read the names, but just so that it's not a surprise, the person who's going to be reading the names is my very good friend Sue Perkins.
Thank you all very much for coming, and at 2 minutes past 9 as Sandy says, I will read the names out.
So let's hear now Danny Boy with the London Gay Symphonic Wind. Would you please welcome to the stage the CEO of Gallup, Deborah Gold.
Hi, my name is Deborah Gold and I work for Gallup. I'm here to pay my respects to Ian Baynham and to tell you about Gallup. In 1982, Gallup began working across London to demand better protection from the police against queer bashing. We believed then that as lesbians, gay men, bisexual and trans people, we deserve to be free to be who we are, wherever we are. We believe that we should be able to wear what we want without fear of violence. We believe that we should be able to go where we want without fear of violence. We believed that we should be able to hold hands with who we want without fear of violence. And we believe that when this doesn't happen, we deserve to be protected by the police. At Gallup, 27 years after we started, we still believe these things, and yet they don't always happen. And we still believe that lesbians, gay men, bisexual and trans people deserve better. And because of that, Gallup continues to challenge the way the police work with our communities and to support our communities when we've been the victim of homophobic or transphobic hate crime. When we talk about hate crime, we mean the horrific murders and serious injuries like those we're here to remember tonight. And we also mean those of us who are harassed by our neighbours, those of us who are shouted at in the street. These experiences, which for some of us are so regular that they become a part of our lives. If you've experienced homophobic or transphobic hate crime and you're worried about going to the police, you can tell us about it. We can take a full report and make sure that it reaches the right people. If you want to remain anonymous, we'll protect your identity. If you want the police to call you back and to help you, we'll make sure they do that. We'll be there on your side to make sure that our communities get the protection we deserve and to get you the support and advice that you need. Tonight is an amazing gathering of people who want to remember those who've gone before us and who want to do something to end hate crime. We want to make sure that Ian, Andrea, James and all those others who've been attacked are the last. We need to work together to make that a reality. Knowledge is power, and if we have the knowledge of what's going on out there, then we have the power to end it. You can help by calling us every time you experience or witness a homophobic or transphobic incident, because Gallup can use that knowledge to make sure we all get what we deserve, freedom to be ourselves. Thank you.